Hey guys, and how's it going? It's another episode of Trains with Shane, and this week's guest is an Atlas GP7, I think. I don't think it was a 9. GP9, I'm wrong, and an idiot. Um, the eagle eyed of you would have noticed that it was Sioux line, but that's not what's in our box here. Reason why that's not what's in our box is because I had this unit custom painted by my friend Mariusz Jankowski, who goes by Mario. I call him Super Mario because he's a wizard with this stuff. Longtime followers of the channel will know that I have the painting and custom skills of a toddler who's just discovered that he has hands. Those of you who are also frequent viewers of the channel will know that I love MKT. And those of you with knowledge of railroads, fallen flags, this, that, and the other know that MKT is no longer around. It has been part of Union Pacific since the late 80s, early 90s. Union Pacific absorbed the Missouri Pacific and MKT at the same time, 1988, 89, 90-ish. I think it might have been 91 by the time all the paperwork was done, but I'm just going to say MKT was done and dusted by 1990. Now, that being said, I grew up. I was 10 years old when UP absorbed these guys in 1990. But during the 80s, when I was a kid, I lived about 3/4 of a mile or so from an MKT main line that ran through Carrollton, Texas. And I would see MKT units, specifically the green and yellow, like this, all of the time when I was out and about running errands with my dad. Running errands with my dad in the 80s and even through the 90s up until I was, an adult, pretty much. I'd go everywhere with him every time he would run an errand or so, just because that's what I love to do. And as such, MKT and the yellow and green is very much a beloved part of my childhood. So, long story short, there aren't hardly any new production MKT units out there currently. There is an F unit, the Texas Special, which is in the older red with like a yellow and silver accents. I did a review of the one that Broadway Limited is currently making, and a very good unit, but it's not my favorite yellow and green, and it's not a freight locomotive. Intermountain is currently running, again, some F units and A and B units that are in this green and yellow paint scheme. Those are probably on the short list to pick up, although I haven't yet, mostly because I tend to focus on freight over passenger service, although these specific green and yellow MKT F units did end up being converted to passenger service, or not to passenger service, from passenger service into freight service, to the point where their windows were even plated over, and they were basically just used as B units, and had to be hooked up to like a GP or an SD or something like that and be used as B units. So long story short, nobody is really making any yellow and green MKT freight units right now. I would really like to see some, because that would keep me from having to pay for custom paint. And a little bit more about that here in a minute. So let's just get this thing open and get into it. I have not had this out of the box yet since I've received it. I had him put like a semi-flat clear coat on this because I don't remember these units to be incredibly shiny, but they were, at the end of their run, in this paint by the time I saw them. So that may just be because they had miles on them. Let's see if we can get this out of here without destroying. Without destroying. All right. This is road number 93. The reason it's 93 is just because I found prototype photos. Notice the very intricate stripes here on the front. These are decals. They're micro-scaled decals. And I think I bought the last set of MKT stripes for sale on the internet so that he could finish this unit. He had some spares and leftovers, some decals from when he did another unit for me in the same color scheme. Letters and stuff like that came out of that kit, as well as numbers, number boards as well. But as far as the predominant stripes here go, if I didn't buy the last N-scale set that was available on the internet, I'm going to go look again and try to find the last set so I can buy them, so I can have them. But they're virtually unobtainium these days. So I don't know what I'm going to do at that point, because I imagine masking and painting these would be an epic pain in the butt. Mario said that using the stripy decals was a pain in the butt. So I imagine having to paint all the stuff by hand or masking would be just silly. I did have him install wire grabs on this unit. I like to spend a little bit more money on my MKT units because, like you guys know, they're near and dear to me. A little I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know. I'm getting old. Words get tough. I did have him paint the sills black and the handrails, although on some units the sills were green. That was just a judgment call. That varies depending on which GP you look at. Not a whole lot to show, honestly. There's a decent amount of detail in it. I didn't have any custom detail parts or anything added aside from the wire grabs on the short hood here, and also focus the long hood here on the back. So it's pretty much box stock as it came from Atlas, just repainted. So this one's just going to be a quick video just showcasing a unit that I had to have custom painted for a road that I really love. And what I hope isn't the last set of decals I'm going to be able to find, but I am going to search for more. If you have some and you don't think you're ever going to use them, let me know. Leave a comment. We'll figure out how you can get in contact with me. I'll buy them from you, even if it's an incomplete set. I want to have them on hand because I'm going to want more units, and unless someone starts producing them, especially the old first-gen diesels like this, in what I consider like phase 2 paint, even though it wasn't called that, I'm going to have them custom made because, you know, reasons that I've already gone over. I have seen pictures that show the entire cab covered in stripes and the entire cab roof here solid green. It was just easier for Mario to just flop them over like that, and I was okay with that. I think it looks cool. This is just a DC unit. I was originally going to have DCC installed, but unfortunately I was an idiot and I bought a unit that doesn't have a DCC friendly chassis. So what are we going to do about that? There are options. I'm just going to leave that here. Go watch that video. I don't know. Well, I won't say that I don't know. I know in theory how to install DCC with like Loke Sound and things like that. I've never done it. I'm a chicken. So we may end up going with like an MRC old style decoder, like the one in that white KCS unit that you saw. Um, I don't know. I apologize for being all over the board as far as commentary and stuff goes, guys. Just things have not been great, and I just haven't felt like railroading lately. And I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you this unit, the good custom paint job that was also pretty affordable. If you want to get a hold of Mario, I'll leave some links in the description to his Facebook page that he has. It's like N3DPM. I have referred customers to him that have seen his work here, and he is very appreciative of the work. So if you guys don't like painting your own stuff, give him a shout. So until next time, I want you all to stay safe, and I will see you soon.